In 2013, Stephen Beech established Beech Holdings and has been developing unloved historic buildings into well-designed green city developments, which are managed under the brand of Manchester Apartments. In 2016, Beech Holdings was crowned the UK winner of the Local Business Accelerators Award. In winning, the Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, said, "Special congratulations to this year's overall winner, Beech Holdings, which has been innovatively transforming derelict buildings into energy-efficient accommodation." As part of beating 11 other shortlisted businesses to the national prize, Beech Holdings won mentoring sessions with Dragon's Den star Deborah Meaden.
I'm a proud Mancunian. I've been lucky enough to witness all the exciting changes that have gone through over the years and are keen to play a leading role in its future development. We have now over 120 properties with a gross development value of £100 million in our portfolio. In order to look to the future, it's important for us to look back to see exactly where we started and what has allowed us to be in the position we're in today. I am a businessman, and it was in my home of Manchester that I developed my first entrepreneurial flair. At the age of 7, I started my first foray into this business, selling Vietsub lollies in the school playground.
In the year 2001, Stephen Beech established Beech Properties, his Manchester student property portfolio, which is regarded as the best-run portfolio of its class in the country.
We invested over £1 million into our new office. It's our image to the world, our face of our business. It's also really important for me to get it right the first time, from creating an exciting, productive workspace for our staff to a world-class front of house that really wows potential tenants. We want to offer a powerful first impression, something they would share with friends, like-minded individuals of similar age, similar circumstances. New tenants often share their experience with them. They often tweet, post on Instagram, Facebook, sharing with 500, sometimes 5,000 friends across their social media world. This is powerful for our business. Effectively free advertising to a massive local and national and even global audience. Another advantage of this great location is its proximity to our buildings. Our apartments are all within walking distance, meaning we can take our potential tenants on an immediate viewing. There's no need to book an appointment, there's no time wasted. Our tenants often sign up and sometimes move in the very same day.
Communication to me is really important. I think it underpins everything we do in our business. So it's critical that we get good communication principles in every message to our employees and to our tenants. To give you an example, every piece of communication we need to understand who our audience is, what we want them to think, feel or do, and then that will help us write the message and determine how we deliver it. If we put this into practice, an example might be tenants. So tenants need to know what property they're going to be seeing, so the website needs to have the right messages. That needs to be consistent with what we show up front of house and consistent on any viewing, that we give the same messages. Then when they move into the property, we give them a guide on things they need to know as a tenant, right through to who they need to call if they've got any maintenance issues.
Welcome to Manchester, the second city of the UK and the capital of the Northern Powerhouse. A thriving cosmopolitan built upon a strong industrial legacy. Manchester has a growing population of 2.73 million people, with 1.4 million in employment in the city and a student population of over 350,000. Manchester is a fast-growing city worth investing in. Employment growth is forecasted at 3.8% for 2015 to 2020. Outpacing some of the world's leading capital cities, beating Paris, Berlin and Tokyo. It is the fourth fastest growing city worldwide in terms of total real-world investment. The new HS2 railway makes travelling to London just 1 hour away. It is the UK's third largest city for tourism. Manchester Airport sees 17 million passengers each year, making it the third busiest in the UK. Manchester has the largest student population in Europe. The burgeoning graduate and young professional population of Manchester represents a new generation of tenants which are conscious about sustainability and also want the convenience of a central location, something rare on the current market which Beech Holdings buildings offer. The company has a continual promise to be the market leader in providing state-of-the-art accommodation for a new age in city living.
Our people are the core of our business. They're integral to everything we do. It's important that we attract the right talent, the right people with the right skills, and we can only do this with good recruitment. So part of the recruitment process is diversity. So we have a wide range of nationalities working with us: Spain, Greece, Poland, France, of course the UK. We have a wide range of ages as well. We do invest in apprentices, so we have young apprentices right through to people with years of experience who have become experts in their field, and that is important for the mix of the business. You need that balance. When they all work together, there's a strong sense of community and family. As Stephen's sister, I've worked with him for many years, and I've always been brought up, that's why we work well, that we've been brought up, because we get on. So when we do recruit people, we also look at their personality, their character. Will they fit in as part of our family?
Our employees are an integral and critical part of our business. In my lettings team, I have people who have been in my business for a long time. This includes our head of lettings, Jonathan. He's joined me over 10 years ago as a trainee lettings assistant. He's now heads up the entire lettings and property management team. In my Beech Holding team, I have some core individuals that form part of my immediate management team, starting with Justin, my acquisitions director. He's an extremely talented and connected individual. He's worked with all the major office agents in Manchester for the last 20 years. My head of finance, David Potter, a former director of RBS. He has years of financial experience in the industry. He was heavily involved in the group responsible for writing banking policy at RBS. As a result, David is extremely well placed to advise me and lead our business in all financial matters. My senior development surveyor, James, is a highly efficient and organised individual. He is essentially my right-hand man. These are all hugely talented, experienced and highly intelligent individuals.
I am Head of Acquisitions for Beech Holdings. My job is to identify and acquire suitable opportunities for residential development. We do this by utilising a network of agents, people who I've worked with and got to know well over the last 20 years working in property in Manchester, and the contacts that we use are vital to finding opportunities, getting early off-market positions to acquire the buildings, driving best value, making sure that we get the properties for the best price, and making sure that they understand the way that we work, how fast we react to the market and how quickly we can perform in acquiring the property, and developing trust that we are a credible performer is one of the main reasons why we get so many opportunities in the city now. What makes Beech Holdings unique in today's market? Simply Stephen's vision. His vision to develop units which don't exist. Other developers fail to spot the opportunity, the gap in the market, to produce high quality, space efficient apartments which are readily available at very competitive prices.
Providing the right level of information from the outset is key in negotiations. That includes valuations, costings and detailed reports. Deals often demand extremely quick decisions. As a result, my core finance people are flexible in their own approach and deliver finance in a timely manner, which ultimately enables me to secure these properties quickly at a competitive price, ensuring they do not go on the open market and sell for large premiums. Our latest £30 million facility is a good example of this. It enables us to draw down within weeks of an initial offer.
I worked for 32 years for a high street bank, and for the last 10 of those I was a director of corporate banking. The key strategy fundamentals are relatively straightforward in terms of having the ability to acquire the right type of property in the right location, to develop that property quickly, and then to have the ability to either, well, generally to rent that property out and then to manage that rental. So to acquire the properties at the right price is absolutely key. So across the piece you have buying well, you have the ability to develop, the knowledge to develop, the innovation in design. We have the green technology, the low running costs, which provides for a really strong model of operation.
Our relationships with our partners, our investors, our banks are at the heart of the business. With our partners, I've built relationships with a small and loyal framework of people. I'm still using the same solicitor who helped me secure my first property over 15 years ago. I've been dealing with the same planning specialists, advisors, accountants for many years now. These are all high calibre teams with fantastic reputations. They are people I can trust. Myself and my business can be very, very demanding. Deals are very time sensitive. These partners work 24/7 and do whatever is needed to get the deal done. My finance partners are the people I spend most of my time working and collaborating with. Our finance is very open, visible and transparent. My acquisitions and development finance helps me purchase and develop the buildings. It is our first port of call, and my relationship with our banks and lenders is integral to the business. Our exit finance partners are also key to the long-term success of the business. Once developed, these assets are in super prime locations and offer outstanding security. We make a healthy monthly surplus out of the buildings, which improves our own stability and ultimately can be reinvested into the company. We have a very close and personal relationship with our investors. They have often purchased apartments from us over the years. Here, we have made a mutual interest in making it a successful long-term partnership. We often find that once initial confidence and comfort is built, investors come back time and time again. In fact, this often results in a waiting list for potential opportunities for them.
As well as being a parent company to Beech Properties and Manchester Apartments, Beech Holdings also operates its own construction and design company, Beech Construction, dealing with the detailed design and build of each of the apartment complexes.
Historically, the construction arm of our business has been heavily weighted towards construction. However, since our emergence in the city centre, we've evolved into a specialist design and build practice that is responsible for the delivery of all our city centre developments following acquisition. With the company's appetite to buy more and more properties, many of them being listed, greater emphasis has been given to design than ever before. Obviously, we could have made life easy for ourselves by subcontracting this design work out, but knowing how consultancy practices work, we would have spent weeks trying to brief them for them to understand us. The Beech ethos is all about efficiency, so we had no option but to set up our own design practice, hiring talented architects, chartered surveyors, 3D specialists, and even interior and furniture designers. As you can appreciate, bringing all this in-house under one roof means we have greater control, we're more efficient with our time, and not forgetting, we're more cost effective. The design team harmoniously work together, gathering key learns which they can efficiently apply from one project to another. This efficiency has led to some concept designs being signed off within days of purchasing a property. The key to any successful organisation is that it runs smoothly and efficiently. At all levels, from site staff to the build team, to design and to management, they all need to be competent and well organised for things to work well, and that's what we've managed to achieve here.
I manage the design and construction teams at Beech Construction. We prepare bill of quants and other pricing documents, and we assist in the purchase of the building. At design stage, we're heavily involved. We deal with architectural design, mechanical and electrical design, structural design, all of the integration of those various elements. We hand the completed project to construction, then we assist with the construction team to deliver the completed building through to the lettings team. And then we have a three-way feedback session with the lettings team. So design, construction and lettings all sit down and thrash out the best way forward for the next building. We are energy efficient to the highest standards we can achieve, and that involves things like heat recovery systems on ventilation. We have underfloor heating powered by air source heat pumps. We have high levels of insulation, the highest can be achieved. We're very careful about the products that we choose and how they're placed into the settings. We have an integrated ventilation system that takes the heat from the exhaust and uses it to temper the incoming air so that there is an even temperature across the whole building. This allows us to have maximised space within the apartments. We don't have radiators, we don't have washing machines and laundries within the apartments. We have much more open and enjoyable spaces, and we finish them to a great standard.
I've developed some high powerful relationships over the years. However, my early, smaller relationships are still important to me personally. This keeps me grounded and makes me remember where my business started. In fact, I still exchange Christmas cards with Mrs. Moses, the lady I bought one of my first properties from. I sometimes even visit for a cup of tea and a slice of lemon cake. I'm extremely proud of where our company is today and how much it has grown over the last few years. We've come a long way over the last 10-15 years, but really this is just the start. There's a lot more to come. We're really excited about the number of fresh projects we're currently working on and the huge potential that is still out there in Manchester today. Our vision is to become the biggest and best residential landlord both in Manchester and the Northern Powerhouse.